Well, hello, this is Dr. Stan Harris, known as Dr. Breakthrough, and I always got to give a disclaimer. As Dr. Breakthrough, I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. However, when people follow my breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides the breakthrough they desire and deserve. And what's a breakthrough? It's exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. See, my eyes and my senses tell lies, so I can't go based on that. Matter of fact, one principle that I teach is you got to exchange the E, emotion, and B, business, with a P of principles, right? And but anyway, so we're gonna talk about some things here. We've been talking about building a team, and we're going to talk about building a team biblically. Okay, this is the first of probably 4, maybe 5, but 4 for sure. How to build a big team biblically. So this is my only textbook here, and if you have a copy of it, you want to follow along, I'm going to Psalm 126, 5 and 6. He that soweth in tears shall reap in joy, and he that goeth forth and reapeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. I guess I ought to turn in there too. I mean, I got it memorized, but it always helps just to turn there if you don't mind. So 126, those you want to, and 5 and 6. So again, they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Question, how many of you would like to reap in joy? And I already know your answer. It's like, yes. Now, when it comes to team building, how many of you would like to be able to build a team, be able to reach more people, be able to have more influence so that, again, you can reach more people? Well, guess what, my friend? The greatest book ever written, the Bible, B-I-B-L-E, which many have said, here's the acronym they give, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Ooh, that's good. Somebody put that in the chat. B-I-B-L-E, write that down. Basic instructions before leaving Earth, okay? But let me give you Dr. Breakthrough's acronym, So here's my acronym. Are you ready? B-I-B-L-E. Breakthrough Insights Bringing Life's Enrichments. Ooh, come on, somebody. Let me say that again. I said Bible, B-I-B-L-E. Breakthrough Insights Bringing Life's Enrichments. And that's what I'm going to give you today, my friend. So right here from the Bible, I mean, this is my textbook, my friend, and it is so powerful. And if you want to build a team, I'm telling you, if you want to reach more people, my friend, with your company, with your concept, this right here, this one little verse, well, actually 2 of them mixed in, but these 2 little verses together, Psalm 126, 5 and 6, I'm going to give you 4 or maybe 5 principles and I'll be done. So again, they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. But verse 6 is my real verse, that that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless. Now, somebody think about this for a minute. The doubtless. What does the word doubtless mean? The word doubtless simply means without a doubt. Y'all know I like to KISS, right? K-I-S-S. Keep it simple and short, right? So watch this. Without a doubt. So if it says without a doubt, that means, get this now, that means, says, he that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. In other words, without a doubt, if you do this, my friend, you will have a harvest. Without a doubt, you do this, you're going to reach people. Without a doubt, you do this, my friend. So in other words, it's guaranteed, kind of like my book, your breakthrough is guaranteed, right? Well, this is a Bible principle. Your team building is guaranteed. So it doesn't matter if you're building a church. It doesn't matter if you're building a network marketing company. It doesn't matter if you're working with a smart contract. It doesn't matter what you're doing, my friend. I'm going to give you some powerful, solid principles, timeless principles. And what I teach is called transcendent principles. Let me say it again. Transcendent principles. In other words, it won't just affect the business. It also affect your life. It also affects your spiritual, every area. So transcendent principles. But my friend, in this case, let's zero in on if you want to build a big team. Now, again, many of you know my story, how we've been blessed. My beautiful wife, my ABCD, I call her my adorable brown caramel delight. Matter of fact, I told her, I said, baby, your eyes are like caramels floating upon saucers of milk. And when I'm in your arms, everything's okay. But anyway, we've been blessed to build teams of over 13,000 people, another team, 22,000. And the greatest success we had is I personally sponsored 988 or 89 people into an organization that I was the international training director. I didn't even have to recruit. I just liked what they were doing, so I decided to. And that 988 people blossomed in 6.5 years to 1.5 million people worldwide. And as a matter of fact, my friend, it exploded to the point that it made a powerful Nigerian connection. And I know if you were telling this story, I'm just going to tell you straight out, I wouldn't believe you. I have to believe the story because I lived it. It is true. One day we had wait a minute, let me back up. I never even thought I could build a team of 100,000, much less 1.5 million. But in one day, we had 100,000 people join our team, 100,000 Nigerians. And one day, and it broke the server, it shut the thing down. I mean, it just crashed the servers. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you something. That is great, but guess what, my friend? But it's not that good unless I can empower you, my friend, to have some kind of results like that as well. And so the greatest thing I can do is teach you. So again, if you believe like I believe and do like I do, what happens for me can happen for you, but because I'm not the standard, it can happen even better for you. That's my desire. That's my prayer. And see, like in the martial arts, you know, to be a grandmaster, it's not black belt is how good you are. Master level, you have to start learning to train others, but grandmaster level is fully based on how well also you can transfer to others. And so, my friend, write this thought down, and I'm hitting this. People don't care what you have until they know you're willing to help them to have the same. Oh, come on, somebody. They don't care what you have unless they know you're going to help them to have the same, right? And in my case, to have the same, if not more. That's what I want for you. I'm not successful if you duplicate what I do. I'm only successful if you double what I do. And so that's the power of a mentee and mentor relationship. So these simple points. Number one, he that goeth forth, so they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. And then it says, he that goeth forth and weepeth. So write this down. Number one, you got to sow. S-O-W. Come on. Number one, you got to sow. Somebody put that in the chat. Number one, you got to sow. See, he that soweth in tears shall reap in joy. You got to sow. You got to do something in preparation. You got to do something ahead. See, if you're going to build, you got to do something, my friend. You got to sow some seeds. And obviously, as you know, when you sow seeds, listen, my friend, then you can reap a harvest, but there's too many people, they want to reap a harvest without sowing seeds. So you got to learn to sow, my friend, and you got to learn to sow. Notice this, my friend, he that soweth in tears. So watch this, my friend. You've got to sow, and the tears, get this now, the tears, listen carefully, the tears soften the soil. Ooh, get that. See, if you're going to plant something, if the ground is hard, you're not going to get very far. But if it's watered, if it's wet, if it's moist, now it can happen. So the first principle, he, and that word he literally means mankind, right? Man, and God said man and male and female created he them, and God called their name Adam, but then Adam called her name Eve, right? So watch this. So when we say man, we're talking about mankind, okay? Male and female, okay? So watch this, my friend. So number one, write this down. If you're going to build a team biblically, number one, you got to sow. You got to sow. You got to learn to spend time on your face before God. You got to learn to shed some tears for the hurts of people. You got to learn to be concerned. You got to learn to have some compassion. And you got to learn to sow, my friend. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. So you got to learn to sow, my friend. When you understand, when you look at how people are hurting, how people financially, they need a breakthrough, how people, my friend, are aimless, purposeless, my friend. And so if you're going to build a big team, biblically, number one, you got to sow. But number two, you got to go. Oh, come on, somebody. This is good right here. Number one, you got to sow. They that sow it. But then it says, number two, you got to go. He that, again, it says in verse, they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. But then it says, he that goeth forth. So first you got to sow. Number two, you got to go. See, it's good to pray about folks. It's good to pray for the power of God. It's good to pray. And by the way, you got to pray when you sow. You got to pray that God would lead you to the right kind of people. When you sow, you got to sow in tears. You got to sow praying, oh God, give me power. You got to sow, God, lead me to the right people. You got to pray, God, when you sow in these prayers, you got to say, Lord, prepare their hearts, like that Ethiopian eunuch who was reading the best part of the Bible, but he said, I don't understand. And so the Lord said, hey, Philip, join yourself to the chariot. Got to be like, Lord, show me the Lydias of purple whose hearts you've already opened. See, in other words, my friend, I'm telling you, you got to sow before you go. But once you sow, number two, you got to go. Come on, somebody. You got to go. You can't just stay home. See, you can't just have a Mary, you got a Mary and a Martha. You got a Mary who's doing the praying and staying at his feet. But then you got a Martha that's willing to get up and go and do something, my friend, and busy. And so get this, my friend, you can't just sow. Listen, my friend, now you got to go. And listen, my friend, you got to go. And by the way, you got to go where they are. So listen, whether it's social media, you got to make some social media posts. You got to go where they are, my friend, wherever they are, you got to go. And I'm telling you, my friend, when you learn to do this, when you first sow in tears, you're really concerned about people. You're really concerned. You know, you have an answer to their problems. You know, you have, my friend, something that could change their lives. And you see the people, my friend, what is it? Nothing to you, all you who pass by, right? I mean, listen, my friend, so after you've sown, now you gotta go. You gotta go, my friend. You can't reach people just sitting in your office unless you're doing it through the internet, my friend, but you gotta go. You gotta go where people are, and you gotta go where the people are that need what you have, my friend. So I'm telling you, you wanna know how I build big teams? First of all, I sow, but number two, my friend, I learned to go. And when you go, you just go, my friend. I mean, you go, you talk to them as you're going. You talk like I went to the grocery store the other day, and it just figured out a way to start first of all, to make that person feel good, and but then to start a conversation, my friend, and got their phone number and able to send them information. Listen, you got to go. So many people like, man, I'd like to build a big team, but you don't go anywhere. You got to go where people are. You can't just stay in your own house. That's for no more. You got to get out. And I know in the midst of a pandemic, my friend, you still can go through Zoom. Hello, somebody. You still can go through telephone calls. You still can go through social media, and you can make some powerful, potent posts, my friend, that would grab their attention. So if you want to build a big team, my friend, it's not about personality. It's not about degrees. It's about following the roadmap. Number one, you got to sow. Number two, you got to go. So again, my friend, they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. If you sow, you will reap. Now, he that goeth forth and weepeth. So it's not enough to have concern and compassion and listen, my friend, shed tears before you go. You got to then, my friend, be willing to show the tears as you go. So number one, you got to sow. Number two, you got to go. But number three, you got to show. Oh, come on, somebody, write that down. You got to show. You got to show that you care. People don't care how much you know. You've heard this until they know how much you care. See, you got to stop saying, well, I want to reach the next pin level. No, it's not about you reaching the next pin level. It's about you empowering them, my friend, to get their needs met. You can't just sow. You then have to go, but you've got to show. You got to show some vulnerability. See, the go and see crying when no one's around, shedding tears, that's one thing. But then going forth and weepeth while you're out there, now you're showing vulnerability, right? Like, what would they think? They see me in tears. Hey, they might just think you really care. Listen carefully. If you've ever seen anyone cry over you, cry over your heart, your spirit, your soul, if you ever seen anybody cry over you, they have influence with you. I never forget as a little boy. My dad, of course, many of you know my story. My dad left when I was 3, never came home, never called. And I've been through physical abuse, verbal abuse, sexual abuse as a 6-year-old boy, beaten by a gang of teenagers, tarred and feathered, left in the middle of a field to die. I mean, my life was a mess, trying to commit suicide in a couple of cases. But anyway, I never forget, my mom worked 2 jobs to take care of us, and bless her heart, I didn't understand back then, because it kind of felt like she didn't really care either, because she was never home. But she was never home because she was working 2 jobs to take care of us, hard-headed boys. And I never forget, Mom, I got in trouble in public school. And so I was about to get kicked out of public school. Now, you bad when you're about to get kicked out of public school. So Mom put me in Catholic school. That's extra money, the money we didn't have already. Put me in Catholic school. And to try to help reform me. Well, the guy, two guys jumped me and I ended up beating them up, but the nuns didn't see them hitting on me. The nuns just saw me beating on them, and I got kicked out of school. I got kicked out of school. Listen, I came home and my mom was normally asleep because she worked midnight shift and she just got off, and then she'd go in the afternoon. Well, I came to the house and she's like, wait a minute, what do you do? Because I couldn't get in. I had to knock on the door, and she finally came like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in school. I was like, I got kicked out. She's like, you what? She's like, boy, you about to drive me crazy. I'm raising you boys without a man. It was 3 of us at the time. Now it's 5, but 3 of us at the time, me, Ron, and Lonnie. But anyway, and I'm trying to raise y'all, and I don't have a man to help me out. And then she stopped. And watch this. Here's where the breakthrough happened. Because first, I guess she was coming down on me, and she should have come down on me, right? She said, boy, you about to drive me crazy, And she said, but. And she started crying. And she started crying, and she said, but I know one day, Stan, you're going to make me proud of you. And when I saw those tears coming down my mom's eyes, and I realized she was crying because, I had broken her heart. If there was anybody who cared, it was Mama, but I just broken her heart. And I never forget, I saw those tears, and she said, and when she said those words, again, first it was, boy, man, you just drive me crazy. I don't have a man to help me. And then all of a sudden she stopped. I don't know. God had to get a hold of her heart. She wasn't even a believer back then, but God got a hold of her heart, and she started crying. I said, but one day you're going to make me proud of you. Now listen carefully. I was a tough, rough, I've been hurt so much in life, like nobody's going to get through to me. The tears got through to me. In my mind, I said right then and there, I will never get in trouble in school another day of my life. I'm going to make my mama proud of me. Are you listening? Are you listening? I never got in trouble again. Graduated. Matter of fact, went to the Christian school. Got saved when I was 15, went to a Christian school. They started a Christian school, and so I transferred my senior year, 6 grades behind. They were in public school. They were just passing you just because you showed up, right? How you be 6 grades behind in reading, right? So here I am with the pastor's son. It was an AC school pastor's son. He was like in 6th grade. I'm in 12th grade, and we were on the same reading level. Like I had to do 6 grades in 1 year, but I did it, my friend. But make a long story short, graduated. And top of my class, although I was the only one in the class. I said, I won most approved, all that, but of course I was the only one. But anyway, went off to college, graduate, postgraduate work, and became a professor there at that college as well. And I said all that to say this, my friend. Started traveling. I've been blessed to preach in all 50 states and 28 countries. Of course, many of you know I've been voted into the Black Belt Hall of Fame as well as the Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame. And so I was speaking somewhere, Mom was with me, and she said, son, man, I'm just honored to know a man of your stature. I was like, Mom. She's like, no, seriously. And I said, well, Mom, what you see is just the results of the seeds that you sowed. And I tell you, it dawned on me. And I was reading the scripture. It's not just, number one, you got to sow, he that sow. But then number 2, you got to go, he that goeth forth. And then number 3, you got to show and weepeth. See, when people understand that you really care, when people know that you got a heart that's breaking for their heartaches, when you got a heart that's hurting for their pain, when you say, look, I'm not bringing you a business because I want to make money off you. I'm bringing you a business because I want to create a win-win-win scenario. I know you have a need. I know I have a situation. I have something that can help solve your problem. I've told you the story, I don't know how many times, about one company I was a top earner, and I've been blessed to be the top of 7 different companies. Matter of fact, 9 different companies as far as a very top, tip top, but number 1 income earner in 7 different companies. And one time I was the number 1 income earner, number 1 recruiter in 3 companies at the same time. And what did that? What I'm giving you right here, right from the book. Listen, people have to know that you care, that they're not just a number to you. They got to know, this person, they're not trying to sign me up in their deal to make the next pin level. No, they're signing me. They're helping because they know this is something I've been praying for. This is something I've been looking for. This is something. And so, my friend, if you want to build a team, number one, you got to what? You got to sow. But number two, you got to what? You got to go. But number three, you got to what? You got to show. So again, he that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again. Doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. So after you sow, and after you go, and after you show, guess what? Now you're going to glow. You're going to glow. It says, he that goes forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing. You're going to glow. You're going to be happy. Why? Because, my friend, because you sowed, and now because you went, you go, you do the second thing, go, and now you show, and they see your vulnerability. Like the other day, I was talking to, and I said to the folks, I said, you know what? There was a time when I was phoneless and homeless, but thank God I wasn't faithless. Come on, somebody. I said homeless, phoneless, but not faithless, right? And I was able to put all my eggs in one basket. And that basket was a good basket, but it crashed. That's why now I have multiple streams, right? But anyway, that thing crashed and I lost everything. Thank God for a friend who had a trailer, let me stay there, and had a little phone I could use. But I was homeless, I was phoneless, but thank God I wasn't faithless. In about a month of that situation, my friend got started another situation, and 4.5 months later, I was making 6 figures a month, and that company paid every week, over $25,000 every week. How do you go from homeless and phoneless, but without faith? Because the faith, I believed that God was going to break, because I paid money to my mentor, Bill Bailey, and asked him about his worst day, and said when he lost 12 million, man, you had 12 to lose. And I said, well, what's the deal? He said, but I figured this, if I did it before, I can do it again, but I can do it faster this time because I have more experience and I'm older, I'm more wiser. And that's what I said to myself when I lost everything. I said, man, I got it before, I can get it again. I'm just waiting for it to happen, the right situation, right? And guess what? Not only did it happen, but I'd never made, up to that time, 6 figures in 1 month. Now, thank God I've had 6-figure days. But anyway, but I'm saying this, that never happened, but it did happen then. You know why? Because of following the principles of this book, my friend. So when you sow and when you go and when you show, so when you show the people, I'm no better than you are. I just got started, maybe a few, but come on, I'll walk with you. See, I'm telling you, when I look at people and I say, wherever you want to go in life and whatever you want to accomplish, I believe I can help you to get there faster and easier. Because I am going to be a mentor who can inspire you. I'm going to give you a model you can follow. I'm going to teach you methods you can implement. And the speed of your implementation will determine the speed of your success. See, people don't care how much you have until they know you're going to empower them to have the same thing, if not more. But the glow, when you reach somebody and you change their life. The glow, when somebody had the electricity turned off and you helped them to get started in your business opportunity, and now they got the lights on and now they're so blessed, they're paying for somebody else's life. I mean, the glow, my friend, when you bring those with you, the glow when you reach others, my friend, he that goeth forth. Well, first of all, they that sow in tears, that's sow. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy, and he that goeth forth, that's go. Bearing precious seed, and weepeth, and that's the show. So doubtless come again with rejoicing. That's the glow. Without a doubt, you're going to reach people. Bring his sheaves with him. That's grow. See, you glow because of the growth. You glow. See, watch this. There's a glow because now you're reaching people. People's lives are being changed. And now, my friend, you notice it's growing, it's growing, it's growing. Listen, this is God's 100% way guarantee. If you want to build a church, these things will build a church. You want to build a business, you can build a business. You want to build I'm telling you, my friend, these things will help and empower you to build bigger, better, and faster. So question, are you willing to sow? What are you willing to do in preparation? Number two, are you willing to go? Are you willing to go places that other people won't go? Are you willing to go? And are you willing, my friend, to show some vulnerability? Somebody said the only time to look down on somebody else is when you're reaching down to help pick them up. And then, my friend, for sure, you do these, you're going to glow. You're going to glow, my friend, when you see people, you talk to them, and all of a sudden they say, yes. They say, yes, this is what I've been looking for. Like a couple I was talking to the other day in their 70s. They said, we've been fasting and praying for this. We've been fasting and praying. You think I left that home? No, I left with a glow, like, yes, God used me to bless somebody else. And then grow. You can't help but grow. You can't help but grow. You sow, you go, you show, you gonna glow, and you can't help but grow because they're gonna see your glow. They said, man, you look happy, man. Everybody else is down, and like I was at the post I was there, guys said, how you doing? I said, man, I'm too blessed to be depressed, too blessed to be stressed, too glad to be sad, too anointed to be disappointed, too elated to be agitated, too legit to quit. I'm too grounded to be confounded, too grateful to be hateful, too good to be withstood, too saved not to be getting paid. He said, wow, I wish I had you every day, man, to tell me that. Open up a door for me to talk to him. Are you with me? All right, so these powerful principles, right from the Bible itself, will help you to build a team bigger, better, and faster than ever before. And oh yeah, by the way, they're simple and guaranteed to work. Why? Because they come from the good book, Bible. Again, breakthrough, insights, bringing life's enrichments.